The incredible moment a baby orangutan was united with her mom after being stolen was caught on video. Amazing as they are, orangutans have been shown to share many of our human emotions. This is why Clara, an orangutan mother, was so distraught when she lost her child. In 2018, orangutan mother Clara gave birth to her gorgeous daughter, which she named Clarita. After the Borneo Orangutan Rescue Foundation rescued Clara from poachers, the mother and daughter returned to the safety of the island where they had been residing for many years. Clara had been able to give her child birth in peace and safety on the island, and she and her newborn were able to stay there without worrying about poachers. The mother orangutan and her infant seemed content in their new jungle home for a time. One day, though, a member of the sanctuary's staff made a discovery that caused widespread alarm. For the first part of the day, the keeper's shift was the same as any other. They were up and about, making their daily rounds to make sure all of the island's orangutans were healthy and happy. The keeper was relieved to see the doting mother as she looked for Clara and her newborn. While observing the animal, however, the keeper made a discovery that sent chills down their spine. It seemed like Clara was missing her infant. Immediately upon learning that a baby had gone missing, the keeper notified the rest of the sanctuary personnel, and a search was launched. One of the guards eventually found out what occurred and stunned everyone by telling them. Turns out it wasn't poachers who abducted Clarita. A 14-year-old dominant male orangutan named Dangerous abducted the infant. Male apes often avoided infants, but Risky was an exception. He wanted to investigate what all the hoopla was about and ended up spending time with the infant. Following the discovery of the crime and confirmation that Clarita still was alive, the workers at the sanctuary set about the challenging process of recovering the infant from jeopardy. The adult orangutan was quite powerful, and they needed to be careful not to offend him lest he had the baby orangutan in his custody. Without harming either animal, the personnel eventually cornered the teenage male ape and removed the newborn infant from his care. As soon as they knew Clarita was in good hands at the sanctuary, the staff decided to check on her health. They were worried about the orangutan infant since they didn't know how long she'd been isolated from her mother. The veterinarians in charge of Clarita's examination discovered a concerning condition, unfortunately. The young animal clearly showed signs of starvation. This was probably due to the fact that Clarita was still a baby and relied on her mother's milk. Because the male Risk wouldn't have been capable of feeding Clara while they were apart, she was rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery. If the young orangutan was going to have any hope of survival, the staff understood they had to bring her weight to a suitable level before attempting to return her to her mother. They made the decision to use a specialized milk formula to assist the young recover her rapid weight loss. After a week of bottle feeding, they would determine whether she needed to continue receiving the special breast milk or if she could safely return to her mother. Due to the fact that Clarita has been located and is undergoing treatment to restore her health, the search is over. The sanctuary staff thought it would be beneficial to check on Clara's health as well. This was done so that the female orangutan could be as healthy as her infant and provide for its needs. While veterinarians also didn't detect anything. A severe rash was found on the mother during Clara's examination. Still, the damage wasn't too severe, and the group was able to fix it up quickly. Workers at the sanctuary were highly concerned about the daughter and her mother orangutans during the week they were separated. Given how long Clara had been apart from her child, there was a potential that she would not recognize her. If this were to happen, the employees would be responsible for raising Clarita, an orphan, on their own. Sometimes the moms of rejected infants just abandon them to starve to death. A boss doctor named BB claimed in a video that people don't want to feed their pets milk. Despite the fact that ape infants can be successfully raised by humans, Clarita's mother is the best person to teach her the skills she'll need to live in the wild. Therefore, it's best if she grows up with her. After being apart for a week, mom and baby are finally reunited. To avoid acting hastily, to ensure that neither mother nor child were in danger, a staffer at the shelter took Clarita over to Clara, who was temporarily caged. They wanted to reassure the mother's helper that they were available to provide assistance if needed. The employee approached the adult orangutan and started speaking quietly, assuring her that she was carrying her baby and would be returning it to her. For a while, Flora stood there, staring at the keeper in bewilderment. However, the keeper maintained her composure and softly extended a little hand toward the cage, inviting Clara to contact her. After a short pause, the mother stretched out and lovingly caressed her child. She was unable to accept that Clarita was in fact present. The mother orangutan sounded agitated as she tried to lead her baby Clarita through the cage's openings once she realized it was her child all along. As soon as the caretakers knew the little ape was safe around Clara, a cage was unlocked and the infant was given back to her mother. Clara joyfully took Clarita into her hands and cuddled the baby. Everyone in Boss's office had come to observe the emotional reunion here between mother and her baby, and when Clarita started to cry, her mother tenderly pulled her tight and the little ape calmed down again, despite how things seemed to be going. However, the sanctuary's veterinarians were still concerned that Clara may reject her infant and refuse to feed her, allowing the little ape to starve to death. However, it turned out that their worries were unfounded. Clara kept Clarita near to her and let her baby start receiving milk from her a few moments after they were reunited. The crew was pleased and relieved when the reunion turned out better than they could have imagined. Words fail me at this time. Wow, it was very gorgeous. Clara, according to Vivi, said, "Oh, it's my baby." "Oh, it's my mother," Clarita thought. After what seems like an endless wait, I will soon be reunited with her. Reuniting a mother and a daughter was among the most rewarding experiences I had in my job. The gorgeous mother and daughter duo were reunited and returned to the sanctuary's forest shortly afterwards, where they are free to have full and happy lives. However, the employee this time kept a tight check on the door to make sure no one else attempted to intervene or take Clarita. Young orangutans typically spend the first 8 years of their lives with their mothers, during which time they acquire the knowledge and abilities necessary to thrive in the wild. Clarita is still quite young and has a long way to go. What a cute tale. Fortunately, she has a wonderful mother who will educate her all she needs to know. Do share your thoughts in the section below. Like or subscribe for more incredible tales.